All right, Ohio State takes down Penn State. Top 10 matchup. Buckeyes hold on through a tough one, and it's time to hear your thoughts for the last time of the year.
What time is it?
I don't know.
It's 3:34 and Michigan still sucks.
All right, Travis, the man. Last time of the year, Penn State, big win. Thoughts?
Jeez. Before I do thoughts, I want to do a big thank you to Section 19C, Row 1, and everybody in my seating area and the Redcoats. They all know me by now. Big shout out to them. If we were the 12th Warrior, the fans really kind of, at some point, willed this defense to a victory. I mean, you saw the false starts towards the end of the game. Penn State was a valiant effort. They always fight. They always make it a pain in the rear end. I knew we weren't going to cover this game. Penn State's a good team, but we're a better team, and we made too many mistakes. We had 3 turnovers. Once we hurt Clifford, they kind of changed their game plan. They started running the quarterback, their backup, and it kind of messed us up a little bit. I don't think we were really game planning for that. We adjusted as the game went along, but our offense kind of had too many miscues. Ran the ball very well, surprisingly. Kind of gun-shy throwing the ball a little bit, somewhat. We kind of picked and choose our spots with the Olave touchdown and the KJ Hill touchdown, but we just fought our ass off. I mean, there's a valiant effort. This stadium, the 12th Warrior, was here in full force like it's supposed to be and just kind of willed this team to a victory. Like, Chase Young, you can say what he wanted about suspension. That's the best player in college football, and in my opinion, just give him the damn Heisman Trophy and be done with it. I mean, that guy's an animal. He reminds me of Lawrence Taylor. That's why I wear this number was for LT, but might have to change it to 2 now. I mean, I just can't believe the effort and the love of this group that they have for each other, the coaching staff, and just they've overcome a lot. New coach, new quarterback, new defensive scheme. Here we are at 11-0 going into the game. Control our own destiny. We haven't been in this spot, 2 years? Yeah. Feels good.
So, speaking of the game next week, Jim Harbaugh's going to be pulling out all the stops. Yeah, we'll get you. Yeah. All right. So the whole gang is joining in here. So Michigan next week. Thoughts?
That team up north. You want to play them for all the marbles as a scenario. That team's an improved team. I know people were very down on them after Army and after Wisconsin blew them out, but they fought against this Penn State team on the road, and they're starting to kind of figure some stuff out. They would want nothing more to foil our season. But guess what, Jimmy? I have a little thing for you. I wrote you a poem. In the poem, I borrowed this from Deacon Jones. He's one of the best defensive linemen to ever play the game. Chase Young's coming. I'll tell you why. Blue is the violet, as red as to a rose. If you don't know, Chase Young's about to break your goddamn nose because he's coming. And now for the champion speech, and this is why we're a championship team, and I can see it. We have conquered what has not been conquered because defeat will never, ever be in my creed. We believe in ourselves when all others in the committee have doubted us. We fight for the valor, honor, and prestige of our team. History will remember us. We don't have to worry about him being kind because we write our own praises and we define ourselves. Why? Because of the one thing that they don't have. It's called belief. Belief alone has moved continents, countries. It's put men on the moon. It's aided us in every battle we have fought through this season. So really, Big Blue, it's not who are you, who am I? I'm the Ohio State University football team, and I'm going to be the bully of the Big Ten, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Wow. All right, what's your name?
Bruce Shook.
All right, Bruce. Thoughts on the game?
Michigan. We're coming for you, motherfuckers.
All right, what's your name?
Roy.
Roy. So Ohio State, tough game. Penn State, good team.
Very good team.
Buckeyes, hold on. Your initial thoughts?
Yeah, Penn State's front seven, they're pretty good. I think Gross Matos is his name. He's very good. A lot of resiliency from the team, which is good. A little bit tougher of a game than Maryland or Rutgers, so it was nice to see the boys out there and fighting.
Yeah, so Justin Fields, up and down game, had that costly turnover there inside the 1. Had another ball, should have been intercepted, but he also made some really nice throws, big gains with the legs. Thoughts on him?
Like you said, up and down. I mean, he probably should have thrown a couple more picks than the one he threw, but the throw to Olave was unreal. The throw in the back of the end zone was also unreal. Like, he made plays with his legs. He did what he had to do to get the win, and that's really what matters.
Chase Young comes back, 3 sacks. He had 4. Joel Klaus was saying he had 4 against Wisconsin, so 7 against those 2 ranked teams. Chase Young, impact.
He's the best player in college football. It's not close. He's the best player in college football. He should win the Heisman. He showed it today. He's showing the country. Go Bucks. Yeah.
So next week, Michigan on the road. Jim Harbaugh is going to be pulling out all the stops. He needs a win against Ohio State. Predictions?
You know, it's hard to bet against this team. This team feels unreal. But I don't know. I think it's good. I'll go 35-14 Bucks.
All right, what are you guys' names?
Chris.
Anthony.
Andrew.
All right, I guess I'll start with you guys because it was a little rough there.
17 unanswered points, third quarter. That's it.
Bleep this
That's all I
out.
got to say.
Bullshit.
All right, so fumbles. So Penn State coming in, top 10 team. They're a good team.
They're a fantastic
Yeah, it wasn't.
Look at the total
They play
yardage.
Fantastic teams.
Look at the total
They're a
yardage.
good team.
So Ohio State, though, they did have the 3 turnovers, but they still were able to win by double digits. What were your thoughts on Ohio State?
Their defense shut it down. Their defense absolutely shut it down. Look at the total yardage rush. That's all you need. I mean, Dobbins was a beast. J.K. Dobbins, Justin Fields had some fumbles. J.K. Dobbins had a fumble. It's going to happen. But listen, when you can overcome.
11 Warriors.
No. When you can overcome the turnover deficit, what was it, 3-0 or 3-1?
3-1.
3-1 and still dominate a team like that, that's saying something.
All right, guys. So a question for you now. Penn State. Penn State, always seems to be up there in the rankings, but they never just get that one big, win to kind of see them go right on top. What do you guys feel on, state of the program here, coming from you guys?
I tell you what, we were playing through it. We had the backup quarterback step in today, made some huge plays, got us back close, back in the game. That's all we can ask for. We got to play better.
All right, what are your names?
Mike Funk.
Brian Funk.
All right, guys, Ohio State, big win over Penn State today. Penn State's ranked. It was a tough game. What are your thoughts?
Penn State shouldn't be ranked.
Yeah, it should have been 42-10.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but, it shows a lot of heart in a game like that, don't you think?
We look good. Penn State came. They're a tough team. We knew it was going to be a close game and fought tough and looked good at the end. National champions.
My question is, though, have you ever seen Johnny Polanski play percussion in something like acoustic hookah?
I have not. Is it a sight to see?
That is a sight to see.
And I also heard he has 4 years of eligibility at Ohio University to be a kicker.
All right, so I was told to ask you about the 62. What is the 62?
62 is our father, Robert Funk. He played for Buckeyes back in the 60s under Woody Hayes, and he kicked a game winner to beat Michigan in 1965.
There you go. Very cool story. Very cool story. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right, what are your names?
Wyatt.
I'm Wyatt.
All right, guys, so big win for Ohio State against a tough team. What were your thoughts on the game?
I was a little nervous there when they started coming back, a new quarterback change, but we fought through some adversity for the first time this year, and it was a good win.
Was never worried. I thought we were going to scrape them the whole time. Should have been a blowout. Those fumbles never happened. We would have killed them.
So Justin Fields, he did have the fumble inside the 1. It was a little rough today, but what did you see from him?
I saw good things. He worried me a little bit there at the end when I thought he was injured, but I'm just glad he's not. I'm glad he got back up and was able to finish it out.
I personally believe he's the best quarterback in the nation. Showed it out today. Put away a team like Penn State. I really don't know. I think we have like 3 Heisman on the team. Dobbins, him, and Chase Young. I can't choose.
Yeah, so next week on the road, Michigan, Harbaugh needs a win. How do you guys see it going? How do you see it going?
I see it going, let's go 42-10. I see it going 42-10 is how I see it going.
60-0.
All right, what's your name?
Richard.
Hi, Richard. So Ohio State took care of business today against a tough team. What were your thoughts?
Well, it looked good in the beginning. That fumble at the going into the for the touchdown that hurt. And then we're up 21-0, and then you can't fumble the ball in a big game. You cannot have turnovers.
So they did have the 3 turnovers, but they still came out on top. What does that show you kind of about the resilience of this team?
That's huge. You have to be able to do that because every game's not going to go smooth. You got to be able to win games like this.
So next week, Michigan on the road could be a tough one. How do you think it's going to go?
Buckeyes are going to win, but we got to play a little bit better on the turnover end. And Justin Fields, I don't like seeing him run the ball that much. Yeah. Let's throw the ball.
All right, what's your name?
Jim.
All right, Jim. So Penn State ranked team. Ohio State took care of business. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, well, exactly as you said, we took care of business. I didn't think it was going to be an 18-point game or 19 like the odds said. They always play us tough. Yep. And, we made some mistakes today that I think kept the game closer. But, we obviously, I think, showed our dominance. I think double the yardage or something close to that. So, yeah, we got to be happy.
Chase Young comes back, first game back, 3 sacks. He looked pretty disruptive. Is he the best player in college football?
Best player I've seen in college football, I mean, in a long time. I mean, name me a better player in the last, I don't know, 5-10 years.
I certainly can't.
Okay.
So next week now, Michigan on the road. Could be a little tricky. Jim Harbaugh needs that big win. What are your thoughts? How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I think it's going to be a tough game. You know, Michigan is, like you said, Harbaugh needs to win. I think they think that the Urban Hex is over for them. They've been playing well. You have to give them credit over the last many weeks. They have, like what was his name? Brian Day always says, talent equates. Yep. They have the talent, so now it's who executes. So, I mean, I think it's a toss-up, really.
All right, you guys heard it here first.